Hey everyone, Mike Extra Cheese here. Today I want to talk about something that's just the coolest thing ever in autograph authentication. Steve Grad, maybe some of you have seen him on Pawn Stars, has his own website, and to where you take pictures of your autographed memorabilia, send it in, and he'll let you know if it's real or not. Well, I did that. I did that with a Mickey Mantle, Eddie Mathews, and artist Ron Lewis autograph signed copy of a Sports Collector's Digest that I have had for about the last 15 years. This is something you are going to want to see. Collectors, I'm going to tell you, it's worth every penny. Let's get ready to do this. Now, for those of you who are not familiar or need a little refresher, Steve Grad is a highly respected autograph expert and reality television personality. He's best known for his appearances on the History Channel series Pawn Stars, has over 45 years of experience in autograph collecting and authentication, having personally collected more than, if you can believe this number, 100,000 in-person autographs. I believe it, but my gosh, I can't. You have to make a lifestyle out of this to get 100,000 in-person autographs? Wow. Grad has served as a principal authenticator for major firms, including my favorite, PSA, DNA, Beckett Authentication Services, where he helped establish and lead their autograph authentication programs. He's authenticated some of the most valuable, historically significant autographs, including the highest graded Babe Ruth baseball and the only known Joe Jackson signed autographs. That's because Joe Jackson could not write. As you can see, I've changed my wardrobe around a little bit. I had this World Series Championship Cup hat up in the closet. I said, the heck with it. Let's just wear it today, and let's make it, put the appropriate hat on for today's video. I've known Steve Grad for years. Steve Grad is no stranger to this collector's vocabulary. With his knowing that he's looked at something, you know it's going to be the correct call, whether it goes for you or against you. It's one of those things where if I put it in front of Steve Grad or someone who he has personally trained and recommends, I know that whatever the verdict is, I can rely upon it. Now, yesterday, I was just monkeying around on the internet, looking at this and that, come across on my Facebook feed a commercial that he had put up, I'll call it a commercial, on his Facebook page, saying that for a very low cost, and we'll get into that very shortly, very low cost, he will let you know via your submission. You take pictures of it, send it in, he'll let you know if it's authentic or not. You can actually just get a yes or a no for a little extra money, very little extra money. You can also get a certificate of authentication sent to you, and you can also get an estimation on what it's worth, an evaluation of what it's worth. And also, what the grade is for whatever autograph you're sending in. This works on a 1 to 10, 10 being the very highest. You're looking at like a Jim Mint autograph grade, which is very difficult to get. I had, as some of you know from looking at these videos, I had hanging on my wall, and I will be focusing on that very shortly for the rest of this video almost. I had hanging on my wall a Sports Collector's Digest that I got about 15 years ago. I got this from eBay. Now, I know some of you are cringing already, but I got this from eBay. I think I paid $80 for it. It was from Canada. It was from basically, I call them pickers. It was a, what do you call, a flea market type organization. And they had a Sports Collector's Digest from 1990 that was signed by Mickey Mantle, Eddie Mathews, and artist Ron Lewis, who did the cover work for this specific issue I'm going to be showing you. And I thought for 80 bucks, why not? You know, if it's good, it's good. If it ain't, it's 80 bucks, you know. I've had this hanging on my wall now for 15 years or longer, hoping that these were all good signatures. Now, when this came up on my feed for Facebook, for the money it cost, I think it was $9 just for a yes or a no. And I think the total cost was like 63 bucks. And if it wasn't authentic, he was going to give you the upcharge back for the authentication paperwork and he's going to give it to you back. Basically, this is a guarantee. Okay, you're only investing $9 for this, and it was an absolute guarantee that it was either good or it was bad. You can't go wrong. You can't. This is $9. You know how much it costs to do this? Some of you do. Some of you don't. It costs hundreds of dollars. The more autographs, the more prominent. Mickey Mantle's up there at the top of the list with people like Ruth. The more prominent the signer, of course deceased, the more it's going to cost. So I said, for the money I have to invest on this, let's do it. Now, I've talked too long. Y'all want to see the autograph. Everybody wants to know what the results were. Let's do that now. I had to give you a little context of what we're looking at. Okay, so this is the issue we're talking about. Sports Collector's Digest, July 20th, 1990. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get out of this. July 20th, 1990. Mickey Mantle, Eddie Mathews. Let me lift it up a little bit. On the bottom there, on the bottom is Ron Lewis. There's his facsimile signature, and there is his signature. So I'll just kind of try to keep it focused just like so for right now. Anyway, this is a really interesting piece of sports memorabilia. For what I spent on it, $80, I figured at that time it was probably worth about $250. And if I was out $80, I was out $80. I took a chance on it. It's been hanging on my wall, like I said. I took this out of the glass. It's plastic is what it is. I took it out. I took pictures with it using my phone, because the phone really does a good job. My phone actually is what I am recording this video with now. I go between this and the Akaso EK7000 for outside shots. And I took pictures. I organized the pictures. I gave him the description of what it was. He guarantees a 24-hour turnaround. I went to bed. This was later at night. I'm sure I got it really quick. I had sent another item to him, which I'll tell you about in another video, and it came back within 3 hours, and I was very happy with the results. It came back authentic. This is authentic. I'm going to show you the letter of verification that I got back from Steve Grad. I'm going to put it here. Here's the letter of verification. One of the photos that I took. Letter confirms that the item depicted above has been verified as authentic based on a digital review. Now remember, these are pictures. The evaluation was conducted using a professional review process based solely on the images and or information provided at the time of submission. The item has not been physically examined in person. This verification letter, let me kind of zoom in a little bit on this, just to give you an idea of what you can expect back if you go this route. This verification letter reflects a professional opinion limited to the digital materials reviewed and is subject to the inherent limitations of an image-based evaluation. This opinion applies only to the item as presented in the submitted images as of the date of this letter. No responsibility is assumed for any changes, alterations, or conditions affecting the item after this date. Now, folks, we're talking about Steve Grad, okay, autograph expert. Truthfully, knowing that he looked at this, which he did do, I'm going to show you another piece of paper on that. Knowing that, look at the grade. Knowing that he looked at this, that's all I need to know. This is like putting it in front of him and saying, is it good or isn't it? He's looking at this. I know it physically exists. I have it. I don't need to know anything else. This is not for sale. This is mine. I just wanted to know, was it real? And I want you to pay attention to this autograph grade. Are you seeing this? He gave it a 9.5, people. 9.5 for these autographs here. Let me get out of this. I know I'm geeking out. That's what I do when this happens. These autographs here are beautiful. They're pristine, okay? I even sent him pictures of the reverse just to show him that the ink bled through, that these were actually on paper autographs. I didn't want, I wanted him to know that he was looking at something that was real. This was, why waste the money, right? Or the time, or waste his time for that matter. 9.5, that's almost gem mint. I was just floored by that. I knew they were really good, clean autographs. It's been in this encasing for years. As far as I know, when the person actually got it signed, it went right into this. Now, I want to show you one more thing that you'll get. This is a letter of appraisal. This is what, well, let's just look at it. The letter of appraisal from Steve Grad. Again, this is a new service he's been doing here. Here's a letter of appraisal. I'm going to read it out to you, just so you know what you'll be getting if you invest your time on this. And I highly recommend doing so. Look at the price, $1,200. I was shocked. I figured it has to do with the amount of signatures, the quality of the signatures as well, a 9.5. At your request, I've examined and appraised the memorabilia item described above. This valuation reflects historical research, recent sales of comparable or comparable items, comparable I like to say, current market conditions and the item's physical condition. Based on these factors, the fair market value of this item is determined to be $1,200. I was just over the moon pleased with this. I really was. I couldn't believe it. I thought that was most excellent. I was thinking $250, $300 to be honest with you. So this is 3 times what I was expecting, 4 times what I was expecting. I certify I have no financial interest in the item described in this letter and that the statements made herein are true and accurate to the best of my knowledge and belief. The valuation reflects current market conditions and demand for comparable memorabilia. Market fluctuations may affect future valuations, which means up or down. These people are deceased. I don't know about artist Ron Lewis, but Eddie Mathews and Mickey Mantle. I'm going mental. Mickey Mantle. Was that a Garbage Pail Kid sticker? Oh, look, it's Mickey Mantle. Oh, Mickey Mantle. Now I've lost my train of thought. Mickey Mantle. The other thing is that these guys have been passed away for a while. They're not signing anymore, and they're highly, highly valued autographs. And there you go, autograph expert Steve Grad. Yeah, it was a good day for this collector and a good day for this magazine here. Let me just get you I'll just get you a little bit of close-ups here on this. As you can see, they're signed in different ink even. Okay, Mickey in blue and looks like Eddie Mathews in more of a black. So there's separation here. Now here's Mickey's signature. These came at 9.5. I'm just going to close in on that. That is on paper. Mickey Mantle looks like it was signed in some kind of blue Sharpie. Okay, I'm going to go down to Eddie Mathews now. Get my reflection out of there. I apologize for that. And he's even got his uniform number. There's Eddie Mathews. Just wanted to get this in there nice and close, just to show you what 9.5s look like. Very, very nice autographs. And now those of you who have been getting Sports Collectors Digest for a while are certainly familiar with Ron Lewis, who did many, many covers for Sports Collectors Digest. Now I'm going to share with you a letter that I got from former editor Tom Barch about how this whole sequence of autographs came about. So I'm going to keep this focused on the magazine while I read to you a little bit of the letter that I sent to him. Now, the reason I chose to do this off camera, the reason I chose to do this off camera is because there's my own personal information involved in the email as well as his, and I want to keep a little anonymity here, if you understand what I mean. Thanks for understanding that. So, I wrote this letter, let's see, June 3rd of 2013 to Tom Barch, who was at the time was the editor of Sports Collectors Digest. And I just introduced myself, told him I was a longtime subscriber, and basically told him a lot about this magazine that I have already told you, how I acquired it, if he knew anything about how it originated. I wasn't so interested in could he authenticate it. I knew he couldn't do that. But what could he tell me about the history of this particular issue? Now, I'm going to tell you what he told me. He said, "A great find, Mike. Very nice. We have a few signed covers of SCD around the office, but nothing like this one. I know SCD used to commission artists for various shows, depicting some of the stars who would be signing to be used for just this type of presentation. I'd be happy to share with readers. Thanks again." And that's exactly what he did. I sent him a couple pictures of the issue that you're looking at now, and in a future issue of Sports Collectors Digest, I think it was readers' comments or just letters from readers, he included this and the story in that issue, which I think was really cool. Now let's see about closing this up. So I'm back in Mike Extra Cheese mode now. I took the hat off. And this is what I want to say. I've known of Steve Grad for years. So when this opportunity came up, I knew it was the opportunity for me. Had it been anybody else, I would not have jumped in. I trust Steve Grad, is what I'm saying. I trust his expertise. I trust his opinion. I appreciate what he's doing. For collectors like me, let's face it, most collectors don't want to shell out several $100s for something that may come back not real. And I'm one of those collectors. I have budgets like most of us people do. And, I could probably, let's just really honest, I could sell the misses on $63. But if you're talking, $200, it might not be real. No, that's just not happening, okay? That's food on the table, and that's paying some bills. So that ain't happening. And she was very happy as well when it came back at $1,200 for a $63 investment today, of which I paid $80 15 or more years ago. Had it been anyone else than Steve Grad, I'm not doing this, okay? So Steve, if you're watching, if someone's directed to this video, thank you for doing a service like this. Now, I get that it's digital. I get that we're sending things in, but, it's progress, right? That's welcome to the new world. Steve has all the toys. If you've ever watched the Pawn Stars episodes, he's got these computer things. He can say, I can see it's live ink and, all this and that. So I'm guessing that, he knows it's digital. So he's going on everything that you're sending to him. And yeah, this is authentic. This all looks good. If there were something amiss with this, I'm telling you, let's just call Steve Grad Hawkeye. Okay, Steve Hawkeye Grad, he's going to know that it's fake. He's going to know that it's phony. You're not going to waste his time. He probably figures that serious collectors are the ones that are going to be submitting this, not somebody who's, hee-hawing around, just trying to throw him a curveball. I hope not, because you're wasting his time if you're doing that. I can't recommend this more. If you're new to the hobby, if you're not new to the hobby, if you're just watching this just to watch something, if you know somebody who has autographed material and wants to know is it real or not, do it. Do it. $9, okay? Let's say you've invested the full everything like I did. It costs you at the most $63. If it's not correct, he's going to send you that money back, and you've invested $9 to get it. Was it good or was it not? You can't go wrong, folks. Now, I don't know how long these prices are going to last. I mean, let's face it. It's a business, okay? He's getting compensated for this. He makes no bones about it. So if you're smart, get in on it now, because you don't know. Prices may tick up a little bit just because for whatever reason. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. Now it's very affordable. So do this now, okay? I was extremely happy with that. Now I had another one come back that I wasn't sure about. It came back, it wasn't real. I had some other people tell me that it probably wasn't real, but I wanted his opinion on it, and he came back not real. I had also invested $63 on that. He refunded everything already. I put $9 on it to say, is it good or isn't it good? So Steve, or if someone knows Steve, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank you for making something affordable for people like me to have what we love to do, a yes or a no. Is it right or is it not right? It's just a great thing. It's a great service. Very happy to see that these pieces came back the way they did. And hey, let's be honest here. Who doesn't want to know that they had something hanging on their wall? You all know that I love baseball. Mickey Mantle being my favorite ball player ever, next to Ron Santo, of course, of the Chicago Cubs, and Ryan Sandberg, and the other Chicago Cub. But my overall, being honest with you, favorite ball player of all time is and has been always Mickey Mantle. I'll get into another video about that. Maybe I'll do a video on Mickey Mantle after this. I don't know. I'm reading a book right now on Mantle. I'm always reading something about baseball. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode. I've talked long enough. If you've stuck to the end, please subscribe. It's really, the channel's growing, and you guys are making that happen. I can't appreciate it more. Thank you so much. I don't like to say that so much, because let's face it, if you're a YouTuber like me, you know to like, you know to subscribe. I don't have to tell you every episode, and quite frankly, as time goes by, I'm not even going to say it anymore. I'm just not. I'm kind of getting tired of it, you know? You know that. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, right? It's not logical. as Spock would say. That is illogical. Yeah, I know that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this video. I've rambled on long enough. The video is over.